Hi, I'm Viney, co-founder and CEO at Seismic Therapeutic, a machine learning company that's focused on developing novel biologics for treating autoimmune disease. The female scientist who most inspired my work is Delphine Parrott. I first met Delphine when I was an undergrad intern and later as a PhD student in the paediatric gastroenterology lab at St Bartholomew's Hospital in London. All I remember from those early interactions is being simultaneously absolutely terrified and awestruck. Delphine had a really formidable presence, and she had an even more formidable reputation as a scientist. She was the first female ever appointed as a professor at the University of Glasgow, and that was in 1973. She was also very instrumental in establishing the bachelor's degree program in immunology at the University of Glasgow, a program which has now spawned many immunologists around the globe. So very impactful, not just in her local community, but to all of us in the immunology field. So when I first met her in the 1980s, she was chair of the Department of Bacteriology and Immunology at the University of Glasgow, and she had a strong, long history of studying the thymus, T cells, T cell recirculation, mucosal tissues, and oral tolerance. And in particular, she was really instrumental in describing the activity of intraepithelial lymphocytes and their role in mucosal immunology. And that's what my PhD was on, intraepithelial lymphocytes in the mouse small intestine. So she was a complete hero of mine. So I learned a few things from her. I learned that I needed to be prepared and know my science inside and out. And I also learned from her that I needed to be willing to argue my point. So she was a real advocate for women in science. She was a very big role model for me. And throughout my career, I've sort of carried my learnings from her, and I hope that I've been able to mentor the next generation of women in science, just like I felt I received mentorship from her. So if you're listening to this, maybe you can also be a mentor to the next generation too.